We are now approaching one of the biggest and one of the most important installations in my collection, one of the latest ones. In it is a synthesis of my many ideas about Mona Lisa as they were occurring to me over the many years. For now 26 years, I have been dealing with revelations about this painting. There are prophecies in this work, and I can prove it. Many years, for many centuries now, art historians and connoisseurs have been trying to crack the code of Mona Lisa. Well, I can say, standing here in my Philadelphia home, what it's about. For many years, the prophecies that have been occurring to me were not easy ones. They were devastating to me emotionally and even physically. The first two times that I tried to create the piece that you are about to see, I was completely destroyed, and believe it or not, I destroyed some of my property. The realization was way too much. Finally, 26 years after my first attempt, here it is. What we are watching now is how it began, how this huge piece standing on my kitchen table, which is now occupied by this piece, has begun. Right now we are seeing the background of it. It's a relief, and of course the centerpiece is the Mona Lisa. The centerpiece is comprised of a puzzle, and I didn't even create it. I simply selectively removed the pieces, exposing this horrific face. The true face of Mona Lisa as it is reflecting the prophecy of Nazi genocide and Holocaust. This piece is entitled Inferno. In it we have fire, we have skeletons in the background, we have hung people, we have a Nazi flag. We also have imagery of myself as I'm fighting, or rather not fighting, but with my love for people, with everything that I want to project into this world as I'm trying to redeem this pretty unredeemable crime. We see the orange shoes, orange Chuck Taylors, and as we go to the left from this piece, we see more imagery of joy, of love that I have. We see sneakers again, Nike sneakers, blue ones. We see the water gun. We see a child in wonderment looking up what's ahead of him. And continuing this piece, naturally flowing out of it. And as I mentioned, my work does not constitute separate pieces. In a way, I broke out of the frame, which is quite a revolutionary concept, because just now we just witnessed the imagery. I'm interrupting myself, but just now we witnessed the imagery of what fame can do to people, the fame in America, and that's something that I will mention later. But coming back to the idea of my work naturally flows from one part to another in space. There is no frame, just like the thoughts are flowing from one to another. Right now we are coming to that crux of the piece. What we are seeing is a female crucifix. We see a woman in her, so to speak, bloody glory, with the nails removed. She is wearing a veil. Her eyes are concealed by a scarlet mask. Her lips are bloody red. So many years women have been relegated to the background place, and this is a revolt against that. Here are the nails that we are seeing. Witnessing all this is the knowing eyes of Mona Lisa. And the blood cascading down from the world is the blood of the woman, her tears, her blood, her sadness. Because the blood that's shed in wars is irrevocably connected to the blood shed by the woman. Mona Lisa is a prophetic appearance and apparition, so to speak, in our lives. That's why it has been of such an interest for so many years. And since it's a female, it's irrevocably connected to the idea of the woman and her position in life, and something that I would like to be empowered and loved for what she is. Right here we see shoes on the elevation, sexy shoes. We see a droplet of milk coming down. We see brushes because the artist is very important, but also the idea is of these brushes is that in this very piece I illustrated the significance of life over art. The word art itself comes from the root artificial, and there's absolutely nothing artificial in my work. I sculpt, so to speak, out of real objects of life. So the reason there are brushes, the brushes have yellow and reddish and green and blue paints. They are the paints, so to speak, the brushes that Van Gogh used in his work, because torn asunder is Van Gogh's painting one of his famed sunflowers. And here we have real sunflowers, and my statement is that life overrules, always rules over art. Right here we have a woman, a sexy woman, overlooking or looking out from a beautiful veiled head. But she is suffering because behind her are shards of glass. We see shards of glass continuing in here and going all around and showing a cross, in a way, formation of a cross, as we are nearing the opposite side of the work. The history of this glass, the way it broke exactly in the cross shape, is very interesting. I had a Madonna hanging on my wall in a frame. It fell and shattered, and I thought to myself, you know, it shattered just like cars are colliding on the streets all the time. And it frightened me, and I saw this cross and I thought, my God, you know, this is a nursing baby on a cross. This is what's going on in our lives, in our society, especially in American society, where a nursing mother is not respected, and that's something that I want to change. Right here we have a baby shoe in a woman's shoe, and I keep on illustrating the point with my sort of like sandals or flip-flops. We see them again full of, so to speak, blood. We are coming towards it, and we'll be there in a minute, because I identify myself as as Mary, mother, the ultimate consolation, the ultimate woman of the ultimate consolation. So we are going back to an image of the dove, because like I said, as a woman who wants to bring love and peace to the world, who is suffering, who is crying, whose blood is pouring out, the doves are symbolic of peace. And this image of Mona Lisa with the glasses, with kind of like cool glasses over her eyes, is symbolic of the peace that I want to bring to the world and make it a much better, happier place for all the people.